Well, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. After the last video we posted, that's the one, the leaded glass terrarium with the solar light in it. I took a look at the design and so forth, and I'm going to make a couple of modifications to it. So I just wanted to come back real quick. We're going to make a real short video here. It's going to be kind of a part two of the first one. And the area we're going to change is right here. We're going to take this box off of here altogether. We don't really need that box. It was a lot of work to make, and it doesn't add anything to the project at all. The hangers here now, we're going to turn them. We're going to put them on the ends here. They'll be right here where this down joint is right here. And so we'll have one on each side. I wasn't real crazy about how the hanger came out here on the end here anyway. So on this new one that we're going to make, we'll go ahead and we're going to put them on the sides right here. And like I say, we're going to eliminate this box altogether. So that's one of the nice things about when you design your own projects. You can change it around anywhere you want. And this will make it easier to make without having to make this box. And maybe more people will give this one a try. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this piece right here. And then for the rest of the assembly and how to make the down pieces, the side pieces, and the bottom, just refer back to the other one, the leaded glass terrarium with the solar light in it. That'll be the one that we just posted. And that'll show you exactly how it looks with the box taken off. We're not going to actually take it off. We're actually going to build a whole new one without the box on it. So anyway, this is the one that we posted earlier. We're going to make another one without this box on it. And we'll show you how it's going to look. So I hope you'll follow along and give this one a try. This is only going to be a really short one. It's probably just going to be maybe 15 minutes long at the most, because all we're going to do is show you how to make this piece here. All the rest of it will be on the other video. So I hope you'll follow along. All right, we have the new project outside now, and we've got it all planted now. So I'm going to kind of zoom in on, this is the area here that we reworked. If you remember up here, we took the box off of this area, and we don't really need that. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a look how it came out. All right, well, we're back here. We kept the original layout for our the first one that we made, so we're just going to use that same layout here. The header plate right here, where we used to go straight across here, I've taken and drilled out a notch here for our hanger to go, because we're going to put our hanger on the ends now. So I've got all the pieces cut. So I'm just going to show you real quick again how we make the hanger. It's made out of a 3/32 steel zinc coated cotter pin. And to make that, we're just going to set this our long nose pliers in the loop. And we're going to take it right here. We're going to put on this a little piece of tubing with a 3/32 hole across it. Slide it on the leg and bring it out 90 degrees here. And then just take and turn it over and put it on the other loop on the other side. And we'll take and we'll bring it out here. And that makes our hanger right there. So these will go underneath the U-came around the edge there. Be sure they're kind of straight there. You like to make them sure they're flat. That looks good. Okay, now these legs are way too long, so we're going to take and we're going to trim them off. And we're going to trim them off at about 1 inch. So I'm just going to eyeball that. I'm going to take my long nose pliers with the side cutters in here, and I'm just going to take and hold it here. And just going to clip this off. So this is our hanger right now. So these are going to be, these legs here will be underneath the U-came, so you won't see them. All you're going to see is the loop coming out of the top here. So to put this together, move these things out of the way. We don't need them anymore. To put this together, we need our base plate right here, our base lead. And I've taken and I've cut it. And if you can see here, we've got 2 notches in it. And that's where our cotter pin is going to come through to come out the top side here. The angle this is cut on is real shallow, because this isn't really a 45 right here. So we're going to set this one in here like this. Just like that. We're going to take our cotter pin, going to set it down inside just like this. And then we're going to take this one here and we're going to set it in here. Pick that up, set it inside just like that. And there's our hanger right there. So that's what we want right there. We've got some down pieces cut here. Here again, these are not on 45s. They're on a kind of a funny angle. They come down here. We'll take and pin that one so we don't get too many things going haywire here. And we'll put this other one down here. And now we'll put our first piece of glass in here. The glass now, if you notice here, I marked, here's where the cane comes down, but you notice I've notched this back here just a little bit. So if we put a ruler on here, hold it on here, you're going to see that it's got a little bit of a gap there. That gap is to take up for the leg of the cotter pin. If you don't put that in there, this will go in there crooked, and then your whole project will kind of get crooked. So you don't want to do that. So this first piece is going to go right in here. Just come into the edge here and come down, just like that. And we're going to take a little piece of old U-cane to hold that for us, like that. We're going to have a piece of H-cane project. It's going to go in here like this, across here like this. And then we're going to put this other piece in here. Set it in your slot. Slide it back down in here, just like that. Just hold them both down. And then we're going to take a piece of RU70 U-cane. That's this one right here. And we're going to go across the top, just like that. It goes all the way across. Then we're going to pull this in, pull it down nice and tight. I'm going to put our pins in here. And then over here on the right-hand side, you can see that I put on a strip of wood here, which is at 90 degrees to our project. I'm going to take my little blue T-square again, and I want to be sure this is straight, which it is. So that's perfect right there. So now we're going to go ahead and we'll solder that up. So I'm going to take get our solder over here. I got my flux and a little piece of solder. We'll get our little stainless steel brush here. We're going to brush that down, just like that. And this will be the top of our solar terrarium. So we're not going to have that box around. This will be the places that takes place of that box. So I'm just going to take my iron. Going to just take and tin it. We'll come right here. We'll just put a joint right there. Come right here with a joint here. This will give us some strength down the middle. Right there. There. And there we go. So that gives us our top piece. So like I said before, you're going to have to refer back to the other video to make all the other pieces, but this will be the new piece that we're going to replace where that box is at on the original one. These ends here, we'll take and sand them down. I'll come back and show you that real quick after we get it done. We're just going to take and turn this over. We'll just take and put a little clamp here to hold this a little bit. We'll take and flux it up. All right. We'll take here again, we'll solder that shut. All right. Okay, I'm going to go offline real quick. I'll take and put this on our 80 grit sandpaper here and knock these edges all down. And we'll knock this down here. And then we'll come back. We're going to fill these in here real quick, these edges here. We'll leave this open because it's going to be up against the edge. It won't be in our way. So that makes a nice clean hanger right here. We can solder on the edges of it here if we want to. We probably will, just a little bit. And then when we come back, I will show you how we're going to put this into the project, even though the other video shows that also. So we'll be back in a second after we get this cleaned up. All right, well, we're back. We got it all cleaned up now. I took and soldered in all the open areas here. Like I said before, we'll leave those open because they're going to go up against the side there. We won't see them at all. We see our hanger come out nice and clean looking now. We don't have any big mess around it. Here's the other side right here. So it came out very nice. So I'll make another one like this to go on the other side of our project. And then the next time you'll see me, we'll be putting this onto the side pieces of the project to bring it together. And then we'll be just about done with this little video. I just wanted to put this on there so you could see that we're going to remake this piece here and move the hangers into the middle of this one. If you have a little deal like this where that's stuck on there, you can just take your dikes right here. It's just like a little bubble of solder, and you can just pick that off, just like that. There it goes. Here's another one right here. There you go. Just kind of clean that up. Probably nobody would ever notice that, but since we're working on it, we do. So anyway, here again in this project here too, since we're redoing this this top part for the Terrarium solar light. We're making this one all out of scrap glass too. So this is just a bunch of glass I had laying around. So it's going to be a kind of a pretty wild one when we get it done. So anyway, I'll be back in a little later, and like I said before, we'll be putting all the side pieces on this. To see how the side pieces are made, just go back to the original one and check that all out. And like I said, when we come back, we'll put this all together, and we'll have a brand new solar light terrarium for us. So we'll be back in a little while. Okay, well, we're back here. We got our two new side pieces done for the top here. So we got our hangers on them. We got them all finished off. There's one other thing we need to do, and we need to put down here on the inside, we need to put a cleat here to hold our little plate that will hold our solar light so that it doesn't fall through. So to do that, we're going to put just a little piece of this. This is RU90. This is the real small 1/8" cane. We're going to put it right in here with the smooth side facing down right here. But I want to show you something really quick. Remember I said don't solder the inside of some of these? I forgot and soldered this one here. So anyway, what I did is I took a file and smoothed that down. If you don't do that, then when you put this piece on here, instead of sitting flat, it'll be cocked one way or the other because the bead from your solder will lift it up. See here how it looks up right here at the top? And what that does is give you a big gap here. So when you solder that, you'll have a lot of bleed through. So you don't want to do that. So hit it with a file or a piece of sandpaper and make it flat here so that your piece will sit here flat like this. So we just put it up against the backstop, push it in here. We're just going to eyeball it. I'm going to set this on end here so you guys can see what we're doing here. Going to push that in there like that. Just push it in tight. Push this down. Going to just take our flux right along here. Take our iron here again. Just put a little tin it with a little solder on the end. Hold this up. I'm going to come right here in the middle right here and put a joint. Just like that. Then I'm going to come down here, solder it just a little bit. And I'll put one more down here. Okay, so that finishes up these right here. So we want it to look like this where it's nice and smooth, it's clean. I'll put this on some sandpaper and knock that down so it's really smooth. I'll do that real quick while we're on the video here. And that's all there is to that. So now here's our cleat on the bottom to hold our solar light. So that part's done. So I'll go ahead and go offline. I'm going to make the down pieces. And when we come back on, we'll show you how we're going to put this together. And we'll put this together right here in this jig right here. We'll run our side pieces down here. And when they come to the point right here, at these 2 points right here, that's where we'll solder them onto the side pieces that are coming down. So we'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll get those done. Okay, so we're back. We got all of our pieces made now. So these are all of our sides. We've got our two large ones here, which will go down here on the back side here. So we don't need those right now, but this is the area that we're working with right here. This area right here. Right here at this point, right here, where this flat part comes, we're going to bring these edges down. Here again, pretty side out. They're going to sit in here and slide down here just like that. I'll just take a piece of our form wood here, push it up against here. Take and pin it. Take the next one, slide it down in here. And you want to stop right when it's even with these 2 points right here and right here. So where the flat part comes across here, it just makes it finish out kind of nice. We're taking and put a couple pieces of form wood over on this side. Now where we're going to solder this, we're going to solder it here at this joint right here, here at the top, here again over here, and at this joint right here. And then we'll turn it down here where it comes in contact with the edge. We'll solder it there also. We may even solder it here at the top. I'll have to take a look at that after I get this together. So I want to make sure this is nice and close to the edge here. Pull it forward just a little bit. That looks good right there. So we're going to just take right here. We're taking flux this down. Going to take our iron. I'm going to take and tin it here. I'm just going to set it in right here to make a seam right there. Same way here, tin it. Don't do that. Pick it up with your iron again. Right there. I'm going to reach around here so I kind of try to be out of the way here. I'm going to tin this one right here. Right there. And we're going to come down to where this other joint comes across. Okay, that's what we want right there. Okay, so now we can pull these out of here. Pull these all out of here. And now, this is the top of our project. Here's the area that I'm talking about right here. We want those to quit right there. Whoops, I didn't solder that one very good. Come back in here, we'll set it back in here. Push that up against that here. Try to do that a little bit better job here. Taking tin or iron again here. There we go. All right, so this is the area we're looking for right here. These areas right here. Like I said, I thought I might just solder these two here shut. And we'll come over here after I get the other side on here, and we'll solder these two shut. To do the other side, you're going to turn this over. It's going to block the camera from showing you it. But what I'm going to do, here again, I'm going to put in the top part, here again with the cleat facing inward. If you notice here, I've got a little block of wood right here. That's where it's going to go right here. And this is going to slide down into that, just like that. I'm going to take and pin this. Probably not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to pin this top part up against our stop, like that. And then I'm going to take and line up, here again, line up the top of our project. That looks good right there. Make sure these are pushed down tight. Put that forward right like that. Put a little bit of form wood in here to hold that in tight. Check it over on this side here. This needs to come down just a little bit. That looks good there. Go ahead and pin it. Make sure that's pushed down. Make this sure it's pushed down. Tell you what I do. I'll run in the house and get my wife to come out here, and we'll shoot a shot in here so you can see what I'm doing. Basically, I'm going to just solder inside this just like we did on this one, but I'll get her to give us a hand here, and then we can finish that off. You want this to fit nice and tight here. You don't want any big air gaps in here. And like I said, we'll take and solder these in solid here. So I'll be back in a second here. Okay, so I got my wife out here to give me a hand here. So she's shooting right down in this area right here. So basically what we're going to do is exactly the same thing as we did on the top, only this time it's a little more difficult because we've turned this one on the top right here, which kind of blocks the area there. But since we got this hole in the top for our solar light, it works out quite well. Be sure these are pushed down tight. Push this down tight. Take and tin your iron again. Put it right in here. Go ahead and get a nice solder bead right there. Okay, to tin your iron again. I'm going to come down to our seam right here. Put it right here. Okay. This side here, I'm just going to, let's see, I'll come around this side, and so hopefully I don't block it too much. Going to tin the iron. Going to set it right in here. Just like that. And we'll take and tin the iron again. And we'll come down to this last one right here. Perfect. All right. So that's what we're looking for. We can pull all of this out of here now. So now, here's our other side done. Looks like we got what we want. Here's our hangers now, so it'll hang from here rather than from here. So it's a much cleaner looking hanger job. And our solar panel will go in the top here. It'll go down here like this, like this. So we'll put a shelf in here like we did with the other one to hold that up. And all the rest of this assembly, just refer back to the other video of the first one, and I'll show you how we're going to put these all together. And then when I come back on this little short video, we'll have it all together and we'll have it planted and hanging up. So I just want to let you see how it goes together. And here's our cleats inside here. So it gives you an idea how we're doing. So that's the process that we're going to do. And we cut out that whole box thing that was on the top here. We didn't really need that. This looks a lot cleaner. I like this a lot better. So we'll be back when we get it all done, and we'll have it outside hanging with our plant in it. And we'll put our solar light in and light it up and let everybody take a look at it. So we'll be back later. So I was real happy with it. Here's how it looks in the video here. So I've got the light in it. The solar light's up in the top. So when it gets a little bit darker, I'll come out and we'll light it up. So I hope you kind of been following this. If you'd like to make this, remember most of the build is on the previous video, so minus the way we did the top on this one. So anyway, I just want to let you see how it looked, and real happy with the way it came out. All right, so here's our project at night. It came out really nice, so I hope you've followed along and enjoyed it. It's a fun project to make, and hopefully you'll subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments, send them to me. I'll give you a reply on it. So anyway, we'll see you on the next video. We're going to do something a little different. Rather than do a leaded glass project, we're going to do a wind chime project, and it's going to have some fired glass in it. Or you can make it by just cutting the glass and smoothing the edges of the project. So anyway, I hope you'll check that one out too. You can find all my videos at Bill Stone Stained Glass Creations. So check them out.